Good morning, everyone. Rob Lukey with Our Capital Group and Shop Prop Realty. Just want to do a quick update of what's going on as far as with Shop Prop. Number one, obviously, we're still continuing to give big rebates back in Shop Prop Realty. One of our biggest rebates this year was over $30,000 to one client on one transaction. And just remember, that would normally go into the agent's pocket. So instead of doing that, because our clients are willing to do a little bit of the initial legwork themselves, which is searching for the property, doing a drive-by, and then when they see a property they're interested in seeing the inside of, they come and they obviously let us know, and then we have one of our licensed agents meet them at the property. And then when you're ready, we'll go through and help you work up a price, help you drop the paperwork, negotiate for you, and we're full service from that point on. But we're not full commission. On Our Capital Group, just to go and talk to you a little bit about some of the things that are going on in the home builder sector, we're seeing a little bit of improvement. This is a good sign. This is the S&P 10 index for home builders. What it's showing is we're seeing a little bit of an increase here in the overall price. This is because some of the home builders are improving, business is improving. We also had a little bit of other news out regarding foreclosures. Foreclosures were down 7% from month over month, and from September they were down 13%. Obviously, still having some foreclosures. We did still have trustee filings of 531,000, but you are seeing supply start to dry up, with also some investors, more and more investors actually entering that market, seeing a value there. So from a buy standpoint, it's making a little bit more challenging, where at the beginning of this year we had the biggest return ever on any one property, over 40% on one property, and that was, I'm just going to go, and again, you can always go to past performance and click on past performance, and you can take a look at what we've done in the past. And I was just trying to find that particular property. What was it? We made that buy on the Glen Acres. It was right here. It was 48%, and that was from 2.3 to 3.23. So in a little over a month. Where our last return that we had was 17 Los Platillos, and we bought this for 4.34. You can see we sold it for 5.10, but we put a lot of work into that property, and so we made 3.8%. Now that was from 6.4 to 10.5. So still overall, you're seeing a 4% return in 4 months. And remember, the beta on that is fairly low. And what beta means is that's just simply the risk or drawdown in equity that you're taking. So for example, if you're in the stock market, you could see a drawdown of 10, 20, 30% on your overall equity, depending on how you're diversified in the market. Especially, let's say you're in some relatively high risk growth stocks. Whereas in the stock market, you'll have to decide that, in the housing market, you'll have to decide it for yourself. But if you're staying fluid in the market where you're buying and selling, the question is what kind of risk you're involved with. Even when the market was dropping over these last 4 years, we never had we never saw a drawdown of 30% in a month or 20% in a month. So overall, you have to look at that as a standpoint of what I'm getting involved with and what kind of risk I'm looking at. In regards to overall the 20 city day composite, we talk about that in the overall index when it comes to trying to find out where we think the market's going. And we did have 16 cities come in out of that 20, and now they're actually positive year over year. So that's positive. If you want to get involved with Our Capital Group, remember you can always go to, I did want to point out one other thing too. With Our Capital Group, we do have a sign up here where you can sign up for a trial period. So even if you're not sure but you want to see the software, you can sign up for a trial period, and this will give you access to the software. It will be old data. So what you'll be able to see is when you log in to the property, into the software, this is current data, but you'll be able to search for properties. And for example, if I go to Washington and I go to last week's auction, on properties that sold, I'll be able to go ahead and be able to see that data, and it'll give you a view. Let's go only properties with only properties that have opening bids that are hot, and you'll be able to see these particular properties that are and see research on them and so forth. You won't be able to see research on the upcoming auction or opening bids, but if you did want to actually see that as well, you can do that by just signing some paperwork with us that basically says that if you end up buying something in auction, you're going to end up paying us a commission if you're going to buy it for an end use. We have clients that we buy properties out of foreclosures for as end users, and they get they're buying properties 80 cents, 70 cents on the dollar. From an investment side, if you are an investor, most of our clients simply use the passive order entry, which basically, cancel this passive order, but what it does is that it will let you go ahead and go to passive order and say, I'm going to invest $100,000 in the next 2 properties, let's say, that OCG buys. You can pick counties if you want, and you can say, pick individual counties that you're interested in, or you can simply say that you're going to go ahead and let OCG determine those. So those will be the next properties, and you can agree to terms, begin placing orders, and then you have that order in. And then when you have that, when you do make a purchase, what you'll be able to do is go to details, and you'll be able to actually see, for example, how much you own in any one property, for example. And you'll be able to see, for example, I own 80% of this property or 75% of this property. And what it does for you there is that if you go to view, you can see what your investment is doing. You can see this is a property that we just recently purchased, and you'll see, they spoke with the owner and they're putting together a move-out agreement for October 31st. And as a client, remember, we put a lockbox on that property. So, for example, if you live by the property, if it's something you want to go see how the progress is taking place, what's going on with the property, we'll give you the lockbox combo. You're a partner with us. You can go ahead and walk in, see what the work being done, and evaluate what's going on with your investment yourself. So anyhow, I hope everybody has a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.